26% on the nation report padded the percentage below for 12 rated for the sub-fraction in May. In America, we had everything is an exceptional country, but the 26% sound exceptional to you. Raise your hand if you think as the country we need to do way better than that. I am with you. We all need math for why so many kids confused by it. It is because only 26% of people are hardwired from that. Love 76 are not. After working with thousands of kids, I can tell you this is the case at all. Kids don't understand math because we've been teaching it at the humanized subject. But if we make math human again, it would start to make sense again. You're probably wondering how is math and every human in the first place, so think about it. Math is a human language just like English, Spanish, and Chinese, because it allows people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient time, people need the language of math to conduct trade, to build the monument, and to measure the land for farming. This idea of math, the language, isn't exactly new. A great philosopher once said, "The law of nature are written in the language of mathematics." So you see, even Galileo agrees on it. But somewhere along the line, we're taking the language of math with about the world around us, and we abstract it beyond this recognition, and that's why kids they get confused. Let me show you what this means. Well, see this third grade California math standard, and people make sense when a kid or understand the fraction 1/b as the quantity formed by one part. When a whole is partitioned into b equals part, understand a fraction a/b is the quantity formed by a parts of side 1/b. And if you give this description to an egg yolk, you probably get reaction like this. To a math expert, this standard makes sense, but to a kid, it's an absolute torture. I tell this example specifically because the fractions are the foundational to algebra, trigonometry, and even calculus. So kids don't understand fraction in the elementary middle school because it's harder way to hit them in the high school. But there is a way to make subtraction simple and easy for kids to understand. Yes, just remember that math is the language and use that there for the maths. For example, when I teach first grader how to add the subtraction, I start with the apple plus apple plus lesson first says 1 apple plus 1 apple, and people often say 2 with the part correct. Half them include the word as well as with the math of the language, but not just 2. It's 2 apples. Next is 3 pencils plus 2 pencils. You are all know that's pencil plus pencils is pencils. So everyone, how many pencils? 5 pencils is right, and the key is you include the word. I try to submit with my 5 years old niece in mind. After she's added pencils and pencils, I asked her what 4 billion plus 1 billion, and my aunt offered her in the distance. She called and said, "Are you crazy? She's been kindergarten. How's she supposed to know 4 billion plus 1 billion? I'm done it." My niece Vanessa, counting, looks up and says, 5 billion? And I said, "That's right, it is 5 billion. My aunt stood ahead on that because I didn't expect it from the 5-year. But all you have to do is take a language approach and make become intuitive and easy to understand. Then I asked her a question that kindergarten and definitely not supposed to know. What's 1/3 plus 1/3? And immediately she answered 2/3. Such as she was wondering how can she possibly know that when she doesn't know about numerator and denominator yet. You see, she wasn't thinking about numerator and denominator. She solved this problem this way. And she used 1 apple plus 1 apple as her analogy to understand 1/3 plus 1/3. So even a kindergartner can add subtraction, you'd better believe that every third grader can do it as well. Just for fun, I asked her an algebra question. What 7x squared plus 2x squared? And then the 5-year correctly answered 9x squared. And she did it tiny exponent rules to figure that it out. So when the people say that we are either aware or not, it's not true. Math is a human language, so we have all the ability to understand this. We need to take a language approach to math urgently because to have many kids unlocked and they are ancient about math, and it doesn't have to be that way. I work with an angry, frustrated high school student one who couldn't pass the algebra because he only knew 44% of the multiplication tasks. I've told her that such a kind of word only knowing the 44% of the alphabet, holding me back. She couldn't pass her or public relation and she had no confidence in that. As the result, this teenager had confidence in herself. I told her we have to start with the multiplication. Because once all of you have with your part everything is easier and they will be having a fastback every happy ride in Disneyland. What do you think? And she said, okay. But she is mighty clear in the timetable in 4 weeks. And yes, even a multiplication has the language in better than that. You'll be surprised how many kids don't realize 7 times 3 can be spelled out as 7 times 3. Which just means 3 7 times. Just like that. So when kids say this way, they quickly realize that the repetition is low and convenience. So they gladly memorize that 3 7 times, all the way to 21. Diverted to neighborhood authorities to dropping out. Becoming fluent and confident in multiplication with game changer. Because for the first time, we can focus in the problem solving instead of counting the fingers. I'm new sits at the corner when she's figured out that 2 euros Carly at $445 amount would cost you $10,680, and she's looking at me disapprovingly and said, "It's polysocks. It's expensive." At that moment, not having one is causing problem for her, but she looks giving math solve problem as the reason to adult. As an educator, it's my duty to challenge kids to be tired. Trial you with this challenge. Our country is stuck at 26% subtraction, and I challenge you to pass the number higher. This is important because mathematical thinking not only builds young minds, but our kids need it to imagine and develop their future. Meeting this challenge can be as simple as apples plus apples. Insist that we teach math the human language and we will get there sooner rather than later. Thank you.